Today we're going to talk about a game called Skyforce. It is a game that's available on the PS4 and the PS5. I'm not sure about the Xbox series of consoles, but I believe it is on there as well. It is a shoot 'em up. It's a very accessible shoot 'em up. If you're a fan of old school cave shooters, you'll dig it. If you're new to shoot 'em ups, you'll dig it. It's slow paced, but it does have its difficulty as you go up in the difficulty levels. The game does on each level spread out through its 9 to 13 levels, somewhere in there. Ramp up in the difficulty as it goes, but the deal with it is on each level it has 3 levels. So you can do an easy, a medium, and an insane. On each of those, the objectives also goes with each difficulty level you go. So it has a very choplifter element in it as well, to where you have to pick up people that are on the ground. You have to hover over them for X amount of time until they come up into your ship. But it's got that. You also have to collect a certain amount of stars on each level, 100% to get the achievement. You have where you don't get hit at all achievement on the game. And there's something else I don't remember. But anyway, the replayability of this game is crazy. Like right now, I pretty much beat the game. I'm on the last level, on the insane level, and it does get difficult. That's what I'm getting at with, if you're a veteran shooter, you will dig this game. If you dig more of a hardcore element to your shooters, it's super dirt cheap. It's been around forever, so it's not going to break the bank. It's a download only. Limited Run did release it at one point years back. I missed out on that. So I have it digitally on the PS4 and 5. But nevertheless, definitely need to check it out if you're into shoot 'em ups at all. It is a must play. Jeff's never played it until today. He seemed to really dig it. So now we're going to cut over to Jeff and see his thoughts on it, being a newbie to the series.
Skyforce Reloaded. What a game it is. You know, I typically don't dig the top-down shooters. I mean, not that I don't dig them. I like them. You know, I just prefer the side-scrolling shooters. But just like R-Type Final 2 on PS4, it's just with the graphics on these games, they're just so beautiful. The game's so fun. It's cool, like the whole choplifter deal where you have to pull over and hover over people so you can save them. You have to wait until the little bar fills up, and then you get to move on. But you have to save all the people and then collect all the stars that come from the enemies you've destroyed. And it's just a really cool game. You know, there's a whole lot of nuance to it, if you will. But the graphics are, I mean, I don't even know what to say about it. Like they look like a PS5 game. And admittedly, I haven't had much experience playing PS5, but these PS4 shooters just look like the best arcade games I'd ever seen in my life, or have ever seen in my life. But like, I can't imagine how I would have felt playing a game like this 30 years ago. But it's really fun. I definitely suggest that you check it out if you haven't. It's probably free now, like Matt said, or at the most $10. So, Skyforce Reloaded. Check it out.
Skyforce Reloaded. This is a game I swear you will not tired of. I've had this game on my PS4 now and moved it over to my PS5 probably 5 years now, and it just never gets old. I mean, it is a mid-paced shooter, tons of replayability, like I said at the intro. I mean, it is just plain old fun.
I can't believe it's been 5 years. I mean, this thing looks like it came out like yesterday or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the graphics, they don't really age on it. It's, I mean, speaking of graphics, I mean, me and Jeff were talking about this earlier. I mean, this is the least jump we've ever seen in consoles.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Between the PS4 and the PS5. And I know we talk a lot about PlayStation on this channel, but we love them all. I mean, I just so happen not to have a Series X right now, so I really don't talk about Microsoft stuff quite as much as I do PlayStation. But the same thing goes for PlayStation, or I mean for Xbox. The graphical leap between generations, it's so minuscule right now, it's not even funny. I mean, this game right here, you can tell it was built on a shoestring budget. I mean, it's just a handful of developers, and it's stunning with the graphics. The thought that has went into this game, you can tell it's some old school guys that were into shooters. It's got, or really, if you look at it hard, it's got a very Super Nintendo kind of look to it, with just level design and how things are built around it.
Yeah, there you go, completing the first stage. And oh, look here. What is this?
This level right here, you have 0 guns, and it is all about maneuvering through the bullets and stuff. As soon as you enter the level, it takes away all your weapons, kind of like Metroid. You know, as soon as you start it, it strips you of everything. The first time I got this level, it ticked me off, but after I got used to playing this level, there's an elegance to it, because you're like dancing in between the bullets and everything. It's really turned into kind of one of my levels I dig the most, because with a gun, you think it takes skill, but when you don't have a gun, that's when the real skill comes in.
Yeah, and you definitely hit the nail on the head there saying about dancing. Let's see here, like, let's try to find where... So you're picking up the stars, and we did mention where you have to pick the guys up. There's one right there.
Yeah, that's where kind of like the choplifter element me and Jeff were talking about with the game. That's part of the achievements in this game. You want to gather as many stars as you can to get 100%. You want to gather the enemy, your friendlies that are on the ground. You want to destroy all the guys. And the one I forgot about in the intro is if you don't get hit. That's also one of the achievements.
Yeah, getting hit. Is that really possible?
It's possible. I've got all the way to, I believe, the 10th or 11th level without being hit to get all the achievements.
How in the world did you do that?
Yeah, a whole lot of bud in a can. It's just one of those deals to where I've played it so much and I know what's coming up next that... And plus, it's a lot to do with the pacing of the game. It gives you a fair chance.
That's so cute, though, the stars. Like a game like this, just going nuts in the war, and then you get these cute little stars.
Oh, it's adorable. But my only qualm with the game is, you'll see here soon, I get to the end. And when I get to the end, it totally shifts. It goes into a sci-fi element and goes into this... computery thing. I don't get it, because if you can see all the scenes right now, it's a very much on a World War
earthly,
II to a
like
World
an earthly
War
battle.
III. It's I don't want to say steampunk thing, because it's not really steampunk, but it's that mixture of a couple different genres.
I like that. I like how it's got fighter jets from different eras and such as that in there.
I mean, it's a very, very, very creative game, because you can tell in this game they pay homage to the 1942 series. They take homage also to a lot of the cave games with the bullet hell in some scenarios. You can tell it's a game that's very much of a labor of love between developers that are very much giving a nod to the old school.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you said, the 1942, 1943. I guess they went all the way up to 45 or whatever.
Right. But
you
can see
those were the best.
The bullets that are coming at you, none of them are coming fast. I mean, they all come at you pretty slow. But the deal with it is, when they're coming at you, they just fill the screen sometimes with these slow moving bullets.
They get your buddy
like you
right
got
here.
A chance. Right.
How do you get that little buddy to help you out there?
There are cards that come up on screen, and when you grab those cards, and there's these little cubes that are look like Rubik's cubes or something. When you grab them, they pull up. I don't know what you call them. They're buddies that help you out.
Look at all this.
They're very random.
This is kind of getting into Hellfire shooter territory. It's slowed down.
Right.
The reason I slowed this down is because you didn't die right there. But anyway, so check this guy out. Big, gigantic tank, and it's just a beautiful graphically designed thing there.
Yeah, there's a lot of jucking and jiving and stuff to get past this guy right here. I don't even know if I survive or not. I can't remember.
Oh, you don't, because this is the one that I slowed down.
But come on now, you got to admit, I made it a hot minute through all that.
Oh yeah, you definitely made it way farther than I did. But look at that, I just made sure that he knew that he'd lost that.
Yeah, this is where we're kind of getting towards the end here. This is where the whole dynamic of the game starts to shift, and you get into more of that sci-fi element with it, and it's still cool. It's just an abrupt shift, big time. I'll be honest with you, I don't like it. This stage, and it is the last stage because of just the extreme shift in the dynamic of the game. I mean, what are these guys? I mean, I was fighting planes one minute, now I'm fighting Oreos.
Yeah, eyeballs with rotary blades on them or something like that.
Right. I mean, you still have a lot of the same type enemies, but like these dudes here, they're firing shots from previous enemies, but they look totally different.
Yeah, you went from fighting Earth-based enemies to more alien type based enemies.
And I'm not trying to nitpick the game. I mean, it's a damn shooter. I mean, come on. But
here you
like
go.
right
This
here,
is the end boss right here.
Yeah, this is the end boss. He shoots me like once or twice and kills me. But it's very Portal looking when you get to this with the enemy. I mean, he looks like something straight out of Portal. But yeah, I got one shot. I'm dead. Game over. It's very disheartening, but regardless, it's a killer game, guys. I mean, check it out.
All right, you guys have a good one.
Yeah, remember, take a kid fishing.